Okay, I'm back. So on my journey home, I've stopped by the river. This is not far from where I live, and I'll just turn the camera around so you can see there's a, call this a weir maybe? I drive past this a lot, and I've only ever stopped once to take a few pictures here. So as it's such a fabulous morning, I'm going to take a couple of shots. Not quite sure where I'm going to put the camera at the moment. Wedge it in there maybe. Okay, so camera, Canon A1, loaded with Fujifilm, colour C41, colour negative film. I don't have a lens brush this morning with me, and the lens looks quite dusty. I'm going to use the back of my glove just to give that a wipe. Some people might be horrified at that, but you have to improvise, adapt and overcome. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of shots down here. I've currently got a 35 to 105 lens on here. So this first shot I'm going to take wide at 35mm, aperture set to f11, with a reasonable depth of field. I think that's quite a nice composition. Couple of shots. Let's have a walk round to the other side. It's a little bit treacherous walking around here. Fortunately there's hardly any traffic today, but there's no footpath there, so we'll just have to be a little bit careful. As I said earlier in my previous video, it's such a fabulous morning. And there's a little gateway here, some fence. Okay, so I'm going to try and take a shot down here. So you see the weir over there, the water spilling off the edge. I think that'll make a good shot. The sun is hitting that beautifully. So I'm just going to pop my phone down here for a sec. Lovely. Okay. Walk on a little bit further. Morning, Steve. Morning, Michael. Sorry, I couldn't see who was watching earlier because I had my sunglasses on and I couldn't actually read the screen. Now I can see you popping up on here. Okay, so I'm going to go over the other side of the road. Step over the fence here and get a shot down the river. Just show you what that looks like down there. Look at that beautiful reflection, looks fantastic. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the camera down here for a sec. I'm still here, see me? Yep. One shot, that's all we need. We shoot with film, so we're not going to take 10. Morning, Dean. Hope you guys are all okay. keeping safe in this weird kind of strange times we find ourselves in at the moment. I'm going to try and do as many live broadcasts as I can over the next days, weeks, who knows. If you're stuck indoors, then hopefully you might find this a little bit entertaining, maybe. Okay, so I've just walked around to the other side of the river. You can get round, so there's a bridge, the road, I don't know if you can see that, it's into the sun. The road goes across a bridge. I've come to the other side, and this side of the weir I can get really close to the water here. You can probably hear the noise of the water spilling over. Look at that, that looks fantastic. So I think that's going to make a fantastic picture. Morning, Lee. Okay, I'm going to just pop this down here somewhere for a sec and take a shot. In fact, I'm going to take two. One landscape and one portrait, just because it looks brilliant. Okay, so let's walk around the other side, see what else we can find. Morning, Mr. Spicer. Hope you guys are okay. You've joined me on my live broadcast. This is me trying to survive this worldwide disaster, really. What can we say? Unprecedented times. Hope everyone's keeping safe. Try and keep your distance from other people. Take the government's advice. I sound like I'm broadcasting for the government now, don't I? This is Les Martyre, coronavirus update. So I left the house this morning primarily to go to the petrol station to get fuel because the car was nearly empty. Then I remembered it was Mother's Day. My mum died about 4 years ago, so I drove over to the crematorium, did a live broadcast there. Check it out if you've got time. And took some flowers, had a wander. Any chance to get out with the camera is great. I guess I'm kind of one of the fortunate ones. I'm self-employed. My photography work has completely dried up, obviously. But I also own a small building company, so my son and I are working on an empty house at the moment, so we figured that we're reasonably safe to work there. Neither of us have got any symptoms, so he comes to mine, we get in the van, we drive to the house. We're working inside, so we're pretty isolated. But it's a very odd time. Just kind of going out this morning. I know it's Sunday, but it's so quiet. Normally this road here where I'm standing at the moment on the side of the road, there's traffic coming through all the time. It's a shortcut between Cossey and Drayton, and there is continuous flow of traffic even on a Sunday. But today there's just no one around, so it's very odd. Now, having said that, there's a lady jogging past, and Sainsbury's delivery. Thank God for Sainsbury's deliveries. Although I haven't had to resort to getting home deliveries, I'm sure they're keeping the country going. Anyway, back to the photography. I'm going to just set the phone down here for a second, away from the edge of the river so I don't drop it in the river. And I'm going to take another shot with my, getting a bit closer, Canon A1 film camera loaded with Fuji colour print film, which I'll develop at home. As I said in my earlier video, quick plug, if anyone's shooting film and you can't get it developed, I've got a cupboard full of chemicals and I'd be happy to develop it for you for a small fee. We all have to kind of try and find a way to survive, so if anyone needs film developing, give me a shout, send me a message. I can do that for you for a small fee. Anyway, back to the photography. This shot I'm going to take the sun, shoot into the sun, which breaks all the rules of photography. And there's a brilliant reflection of the sun in the water, which is going to cause flare and all sorts of weird effects. But we don't mind that. In fact, it's so bright I'm having to stop right down to f22 to be able to take it. I think the fastest shutter speed on this camera is 1/1000th of a second. Okay, one shot. We're shooting film. We can't afford to take 10 because every shot costs money with film photography. Okay, let's have another little wander, see what else we can find. The field on the other side of the road is kind of like a floodplain. When we get heavy rain, this area gets really flooded. There's no flooding at the moment, but I've driven round here. In fact, sometimes they shut this road because the road gets flooded as well. The river bursts its banks, and this field over this side here, you can see that. I've seen that completely, well, it looks like a lake sometimes. I'm going to take a shot here. So I kind of like the weird composition of the fence and it's not a telegraph pole, it's actually a overhead electricity pylon thing, just a small one, but I'm going to take a shot of that. Just spotted something that I find most annoying. Someone's fly tipped some rubbish in the field here. That looks like some sort of children's, I don't know, chair or seat or something. Anyway, let's get back to the photography. I don't know if I can balance that on there for a second. Yes. Okay. So, f11, 1/500th of a second. Kind of a medium sort of depth of field, and there, shot taken. Okay, so let's walk back towards the car. Morning. Yeah.
Photography.
Yeah, are you into photography?
Well, not seriously, but I've got a couple of new apps on my phone.
Okay, yeah.
Slow shutter cam.
Okay, yeah. Excellent.
Try and get some moving water.
Yep, sounds good. I'm shooting film today, so yeah. I am actually a professional photographer, but photography is also my hobby, so I'm just kind of out trying to get a bit of fresh air and stuff, so yeah, well, we can still get out of the door, you know. I run a free photo walk if you're interested on Facebook. It's called Coffee and Cameras.
Oh yes.
We normally meet sort of once a month.
Right.
Obviously we've had to put that on hold for the time being. But if you're interested, have a look on Facebook. Coffee and Cameras.
Right.
Coffee and Cameras. Yeah, have a look.
What's it during the days or?
Yeah, it's normally at the weekends. So we'll. It's not on a particular set day. I kind of figure out when I'm free to do it. So, and then there's a bunch of us kind of meet up, and you don't have to have a camera. You can come along with your phone.
Yeah,
some people do. So.
A bit of a wally.
No, absolutely not. No. Yeah. No.
It's the new iPhone 11 is kind of
Yeah.
night mode. That's a big selling point.
Yeah.
Well, it's a £5 app on the App Store.
Okay.
And it's sort of mainly designed for night shots.
Yep.
Some lovely pictures of the stars the other night.
Oh, fantastic. I'll have to check that out. This is the iPhone 11, so
Oh, is it?
yeah. I only knew it had a night mode because I saw the ad the other day for it.
They've really hammered it, haven't they?
Yeah. I've had the phone for a few months, but I don't really take many pictures. Well, I do sometimes, but being a photographer and using cameras more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always interested in stuff like that. I'm currently doing a live broadcast on Facebook now, so just to keep people updated on what we're doing. Yeah.
I'll give it a look on Facebook.
Yeah, sure.
Are you like locally based?
Yeah, I live in Cossey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, heading back to the car, trying not to get run over. Although, as I said earlier, there's not much traffic around at the moment, so... I'm going to try and do sort of regular live broadcasts anyway, so... Nice to meet you. See ya.
Yeah, take care.
Just, you'll have realised I was chatting to somebody else. You might have overheard me talk about coffee and cameras. So I run a free photo walk, kind of monthly. It's not really on a set date. Obviously, we won't be doing that for some time until we've got past this terrible pandemic. Okay, so I think I'm going to sign off for now. I'm back at the car. Haven't finished this roll of film yet, but when I get it finished I'll process it and then post some pictures online so you guys can see what the pictures look like that I've taken. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon. Stay safe, everybody.